beaten and killed unjustly Black men and Latinos throughout the city. So I wasn't surprised at all. But I do want to thank the civil rights leaders who were here. Uh, Brother Michael Lawson, CEO of the Urban League, Robert Sasadio, Community Bill. We're in this house. Thank you for always supporting the community and standing strong. Also, Cliff Smith, Shane Harris came from San Diego. So the activists are here supporting the best lawyers that we have here in this city and in this nation with Ben Crump, Jasmine Mines, and Jim D. Simone.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Thank you so much, Mr. Ali, and to the community leaders. Please press the sheriff with these questions about why his officers allowed to do this and why aren't they being investigated. I mean, I just couldn't think of them doing this to a white citizen and they're not having major consequences. Why is it when they do it to Black people, it's okay?
Certainly not to justify violence, but the arrest itself, the sheriff's department is trying to say that you weren't supposed to be armed as somebody who had a felony. Is that true?
We don't believe it's true. We're still investigating that, but in terms of our client had a reasonable belief that he was in lawful possession of that firearm, given that firearm to do his job. And so, the sheriff has to put up or shut up with those allegations, but we're going to defend him in criminal court as well as prosecute the sheriffs. Really, what we hear about is what the sheriffs did wrong to him, and that doesn't, no matter what happened there, that doesn't change what they did to him that day. Even if he was technically in violation of some law, that doesn't justify them coming up and mugging him like they did.
Yeah, and that really is the point. When you think about it, they gave no verbal commands, and they just jumped. This, oftentimes they talk about LA Sheriff's Department being a gang, no different than other gangs. And the reason we want to believe that they would not be a gang is that they will follow some constitutional policies and procedures, like giving verbal commands, like giving people their due process of the law, not just mugging them or jumping them or brutally attacking them, taking their sight. I mean, they like to call people in our communities thugs, but you get that action. And you have to say, how's that different that you accuse others of? Any last questions?
Have you been in contact with the Attorney General or the Sheriff's Department?
Not at this point, but we'll send the letters out not only to the Attorney General, but also to the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. If there's no anything else, we'll keep you updated. Attorney Jim D. Simone, Attorney Jasmine Mines, and my law firm will certainly be pushing this matter to get transparency so we can get to the truth of what happened and we can get justice for Blake Anderson so his little boy Josiah would know that that's not how we do things in America. Everybody deserves equal justice under the law, including his dad, Blake Anderson. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen TULSA show. Give me 1 second and we will be right back. Man struck by LA deputies during arrest may lose his eye, family says. Family members of Blake Anderson, 24, want the police involved in the incident, which was captured on video, to be fired. The relatives of a black man who was arrested in Inglewood, California this week are demanding accountability after they say authorities held a gun to his head and beat him so severely he may lose an eye. Video of an arrest captured by onlookers show deputies punching Blake Anderson, 24, in the head, grabbing him by the neck, pushing him to the ground, and holding a gun to his head before they slam his head into the ground in the city just outside of Los Angeles. He was walking with me. He did nothing, an onlooker says. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said Anderson was armed. It has said that during the arrest, Anderson sustained minor injuries, but was cleared at a hospital. Disturbing video from a nearby security camera shows deputy approach Anderson early Sunday outside a hookah lounge where he worked as a security guard. According to his mother and his sister, who he was on duty at the time of his arrest, representatives for the hookah lounge could not immediately be reached to verify whether Anderson was working when he was arrested. The security video shows Anderson walking with a woman in a strip mall while a patrol car drives through the parking lot. The vehicle stops. Anderson and the woman turn and begin walking in the opposite direction before a law enforcement rushes out of a nearby car and slams Anderson against a window. A second officer then approaches and put his arm around Anderson's neck as two deputies push him to the ground. I felt like I was racial prof- I felt like it was racial profiling. Anderson was arrested on the charges of possession of a firearm, possession of ammunition, possession of a loaded concealed firearm, and assault on a police officer with a firearm, the sheriff's department said. He was released on bond the same day, according to an online record, and his next court date is November 15th. Anderson's mother, Tiffany Fleming, said a bystander FaceTimed her after the arrest. Fleming said they asked why her son had been detained and that an officer, not one of the two seen on video, beating Anderson, told her he didn't know why. The officer said authorities were investigating, Fleming said. I said, how would you be investigating now to see? You should have already known why when you guys approached him, he said. I feel like it was racial profiling, said Fleming, who lives with her son in Lancaster, about 75 miles from where he was arrested. She says she wants the law enforcement officers involved in the incident fired. The Sheriff's Department Internal Affairs Bureau is reviewing the incident. The department said in a prepared statement, it added that officials are unable to comment further due to a pending investigation. And a spokesperson did not reply for a request for additional comment. Family calls for accountability. Fleming and Anderson's sister, Bailey, 19, said anthropologist has recommended removing Blake's eye and replacing it with a prosthetic. Anderson ruptured the eye this summer when he was struck by a pole, said his mother and his sister, who said his vision has started to improve but had deteriorated again since his arrest. Bailey said Anderson tried to tell deputies about the condition of his eye when they slammed him into a window, according to the GoFundMe page. She showed up to help cover his medical expenses and attorney fees. Anderson also had a dislocated shoulder and several hematomas around his head after the arrest, Bailey said. The sheriff's department said Anderson sustained minor injuries during the use of force and was transported to a hospital where he was medically cleared for booking. The sheriff's department added that Anderson had a previous traumatic injury before his arrest, a sheriff's department with a troubled history. Last year, a state civil rights investigation was opened into the sheriff's department over allegations of excessive force. A spokesperson for the state's attorney's general office said the investigation is ongoing and that officials could not comment further as a result. The department has also criticized deputy gangs, which a 2021 report released by Loyola Law School numbered at 18, department officials unalived and unalived Andreas Guardo, 18 in June 2020. An independent autopsy his family released in July said he was pow pow 5 times in the neck. Sheriff detectives placed a security hold on the county's coroner's collisions. A move Sheriff Alex Villanueva defended as necessary to preserve the investigation's integrity. But the coroner's office launched a rare inquest that found Garado's death was a homicide, and the deputy who shot him declined to testify. A few months after Garado's unaliving, leaders of the U.S. House Oversight and Reform Committee demanded the Justice Department investigate the Sheriff's Department, alleging the deputy cliques adhere to white supremacist ideologies, belong to criminal gangs, and engage in aggressive style of policing, motivated by racism. His life could have been taken away. Anderson's sister Bailey said it was very traumatizing to see video of deputies beating her brother and brandishing a gun. His life could have been taken away in that moment, she said. In the video, the person recording screams that Anderson should not resist arrest as a deputy has a gun near his head. Do you want to go do what you got to do? Don't fight back, the onlooker says. Fleming said watching that moment was terrifying, especially me being so far away. I couldn't get to him in enough time. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. Spokespeople for the LA and Inglewood Police Department said they could not comment on the actions of another law enforcement agency. Oh, child, the nefariousness of it all. I think that it's all just a disgrace. You know, this man was clearly at his job. You know, he was walking with a female, but it didn't seem like he was, causing a ruckus. It just seemed like they were just sitting, they were walking along the sidewalk and were being harassed. And I must say this, I've experienced harassment from the police before. Absolutely. This man is on the verge of losing his eyeball and getting a prosthetic, all because some aggressive officers. Okay, let me type in his name so you guys can see the gentleman. I mean, y'all just saw him the on the channel. Wow. I mean, I can't play this video because it's oh my god. It's just it's too much. When is it going to be enough, people? These departments are doing this to blacks. You know what I'm saying? It was in one case they took a Caucasian dude to Burger King after he had just did an unalignment of so many people. Why is it when it's our color we get the different treatment? I saw a video of a Caucasian man. He was about to be arrested and he got his AR and did his big number. I believe it was an AR-15. I believe so. Yeah. But it's a whole different treatment. When we say, my brother Rodney King, when we say, when you call the police and it's not a serious situation, you're putting a person at risk for being taken up out of here. It's never okay to do that, people. Please do not abuse the police system. Please don't. Yeah, you know what, Salam, hit the link. How are you, my brother? It's been a long while. Hit the link. I put the link down here. Let me post it. Let me pin the link. Let me pin the link because you know what? You're a black brother. And I want to know, you're in California. What is the atmosphere like for you? What is the atmosphere like for you? You know what I mean? Hi, hit the link, hon. All right, let me know when you're ready. Give me the thumbs up. All right, thumbs up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, Salam Allah Alternative Channel. Make sure you definitely follow the channel and go and subscribe to my brother. Okay. And without further ado, welcome to the show.
Hi,
How are
hi,
you?
Queen Tulsa.
Hi, Salam. How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. How
Okay,
is
great.
my volume?
Please excuse I haven't shaved yet.
Oh, I think it actually looks nice. I think it's definitely that time of year.
Right. It itches like mad. I got to get rid of it. I got this nice Andis. I'm going to take care of my head and my face. Yeah.
I know
Well,
that.
the Pasadena police,
So
they see me
listen,
with my, go
before we
ahead.
before we get into that, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. And if you have several channels, go ahead and take that opportunity to let the people know where they can follow you.
I'm on Salama Law Alternate Channel. Also, Supreme Minister John Muhammad channel. I shot all those videos for him when he was still alive, Messenger Elijah Muhammad's blood brother. Please excuse my background. I am in the process of redoing my house after my wife's death 2 years ago. I now have the heart to do it. You see what I'm saying? So I have made progress, and everything except for over here, that's where I keep my water and supplies. But what's behind me, that's going to be changed. So sorry about that, folks. Excuse me. Anyway, thank you, Queen Tulsa, for letting me on your show. Yes, Salam Allah Alternate Channel. Also, my name in the internet and Facebook. I'll be back on Facebook in about 12 days. They put me in Facebook jail.
All right. So welcome. Well, welcome to YouTube and not, down, you can socialize and then now you can put out more content over here. Hello, Kaylee Avocado. Welcome to the show. So listen, my brother Salam, do you have
Yes,
another
ma'am.
um, do you have another window open?
No, only have the StreamYard. That's it. Are you getting feedback?
Okay, no, let me see if I can. Oh,
You have to YouTube and only go on
okay,
live
you're
StreamYard.
good now.
Do I need headphones?
Yeah.
Okay, stand by.
All right. So listen, guys, if you're just now coming in, we are discussing the Blake Anderson's case. A man that lives in California, and the Inglewood district, he was attacked and bum rushed by the deputies, and now he's on the verge of getting a prosthetic eye. So, what is it that I guess, how can we protect ourselves out here, y'all? This man wasn't committing a crime that we know of. I mean, they said that he was just walking down the sidewalk, and to me, that doesn't sound like he committed a crime. People walk
No,
down a strip mall every day, and was employed at the he was employed at the hookah lounge. He was in his security mode and security attire. He was armed. He did have ammunition. So my thing was, why not assess the situation? Why is it so much aggression? Why is it so much force? Why is it let's attack, attack, attack? Hey, take your stickies down if you're gonna adjust the camera,
oh,
because it's got your information up there. But why is it the first thing that you want to do is go in attack mode? How was your day? What side of the bed did you wake up on, officer? Did you have your Wheaties? Who pissed in your Cheerios? I'm feeling like these officers need therapy. They need somebody to talk to. They need an evaluation. Something's going on. I mean, they are amped up like some pit bulls. You know what I mean? Salam, what are your thoughts and opinions? Go ahead and sound off.
well, I think we could target certain things we could let go. We could let go all entertainment, sports. Yes, we could do that. We could let go so many things we could let go. The holidays coming up, Halloween, let it go. Reason why? Because we're under assault and attack since 1555. It's very very plain to me that they just want to kill us all. They want to kill all of our black people, and they even want to use black officers to do it. Yeah, and no, I don't feel safe even at 70 years old. Uh, I try not to go out at night now. I only go to pick up water, food, medical appointments. I'm just very careful, and we should be very careful. Make sure your vehicle has working lights, horns, wipers, everything. Everything's perfect. Your car's cleaned out of everything, spotlessly clean. We have to live under a different set of standards than the white people have to live under. But I've seen white people abused by police out of control and law enforcement officers too. So it's a culture that needs to be checked big time. But I think Queen Tulsa, we're going to have to unite as a black people, and then we can be a united force to put a stop to our being murdered and killed for the Sandra Blands won't keep happening to us. By the way, there was more than one Sandra Bland in that same snake of Texas. My son's getting out of Texas. He's moving to Arizona. I don't know if it's going to be better for them. He's getting out of Texas. And I hope I've answered your question. Have I? Hello?
Yes, I feel like it's a ongoing discussion because, of course we won't get get it all out in one conversation, but I feel like this is a countrywide problem all over the country. It's not just in a specific space.
You're not even safe in your own home. You can be in your home and still be murdered by law enforcement. That's right. Breonna Taylor. Yeah.
Hmm. So I mean, it's just really a lot going on, and I feel like if we are not having these conversations, then how are we getting somewhere? And this is another thing because I feel like you made a very important part. You said check your car, make sure it's spotless. But now we're in a time where check your front and your back before you get in that car because you just never know. You just never know. You never be too sure. Double check. Always, you know how they say Santa checks that list twice. Check your list twice.
Yeah, you have to check and see if your turn signals are working because they're going to lie about we stopped you because you didn't signal. There was a black man that was in Florida. It's on video. His turn signals worked. He turned them on. He turned with the signals on and working. The law enforcement group charged him with not having a working signal. It still doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? They just want to get at us. They want to murder us and kill us. So what should our response be? I'll put that in a question. I sure would like to hear from other brothers and sisters watching this. What should our response be to this? I'm willing to unite. I'm ready.
Exactly.
I've been ready.
Yeah, so if you're in the chat, go ahead and sound off to Brother Salam question. If you want to go ahead and ask them again, just so if the people are just now flowing in, ask them the question again. Because we're going to have an uncomfortable conversation. We have our trigger warning. The opinions are just that. We advise you to seek professional help. However, right now what we're doing is having a discussion. We're having a conversation. Absolutely.
Well, my solution was and is I joined with this man here, Elijah Muhammad's brother, and he passed away in 2005. I now represent him in the city of Pasadena, California. I'm reading from this Sunday on the hookup, telephone hookup, for those that want to listen. It's open to those that want to listen, but I find it very hard to get the idea of true Black unity over to our Black people. For the most part, we don't want to hear it. I'm very sorry to have to say that, Queen Tulsa. I have more to say, but I just wanted to yield to the moderator now. And I thank you for letting me. That's a picture of me and my wife back in the 1990s. We were together for 48 years. Are you still here? If not, well, all right. I got more. Here we go. Let me hold this up. Everybody can see it. Why don't we get a copy of this book, Black Brothers and Sisters? Can anybody hear me? Please say something in the chat. Am I the only one that's on now? Well, okay. Hold the book up. Let me read something if I can. Okay. $62. Oh, there. And since I'm on, I'll read 161. I believe I'm the only one that's on now. We must stop relying on white America, the white man, to care for us. We must become an independent people. The so-called American Negroes should, number one, are you back, Queen Tulsa?
Yes, we're tuning in and we are listening to you.
All right, separate ourselves from the slave master, number one. Number two, we should pool our resources, education, and qualifications for independence. Number three, we should stop forcing ourselves into places where we are not wanted. Number four, we should make our own neighborhoods a decent place to live. Number five, we should rid ourselves of the lust of wine and drink and drugs and learn to love ourselves before and our kind before loving others. Number six, we should unite to create a future for ourselves. Number seven, build your own schools, hospitals, and factories. Number eight, do not seek to mix your blood through racial integration. Number nine, stop buying expensive cars, fine clothes, and shoes before being able to live in a fine home. Number 10, spend money amongst yourselves. Number 11, build an economic system amongst yourselves. And number 12, protect our Black women. Now, does anyone disagree with anything that I just read? And if so, what is it? I now yield back to Queen Tulsa, if you're listening.
Yes, I'm definitely listening. I actually love them all. I really do. I really love them all because it's structure. It's structure. And if anybody's wanting to know, okay, well, how can I, or where do I start? You have the blueprint right there. Those are my thoughts. That's what I got.
This
Hello.
on Amazon. It's available. Anybody can get it. Message to the Black man. I'll put the link in on the, let's see. I have headphones now, so I can put it in to the okay, let me type this in and then I'll put the link in. Well, by saying message to the Black man in America, it also means a message to all Black people. Copy, All right, let me paste. How do I do that? Okay, no. Yeah, here it goes. Here goes the paste. I think it'll go. Oh no, it's too much. I got to take it out. I got to take it out. Hold on. Am I talking? I'm not talking to myself, am I, Queen Tulsa? Are you still there, my sister? Queen Tulsa, are you still there? Oh, well.
Yes, I'm still here with you, my
Oh,
brother.
okay.
I'm letting you coast.
Oh, well,
Go ahead and coast the show.
all right. Well, I would love it if anyone watching or listening would ask me questions. I respond very good to questions. Maybe not so much teaching about myself, but like I said, I do need a good shave. My appearance is not what I want. Like I said, I'm doing a lot now. And let's see. On Sundays, you can, here's what I will do. I will put in how you can reach me on Sundays. SUNDAYS 2 p.m. EASTERN Standard Time 1-267-807-9611. Code 254856. Phone. Questions and answers at the end of a one HOURBRODACAST. Now, if you're listening, my queen, I am the second representative. I'm represent Pasadena, California, and the second minister. I was made minister by this man, Mr. John Muhammad, in 1994. I was his audio and video tape man. The other channel I have is Supreme Minister John Muhammad. This is Elijah Muhammad's blood brother. He passed away in 2005. Again, I welcome any questions. I wish that I had some questions put to me. Queen, do you have any questions you'd like to ask me? Please ask. Are you still there, my sister? Wait a minute, I'll put it in there. I am for QUESTIONS. And you can call me, and then I'm gonna put in a number that I do not hide from. pursuits that I do. And let's see if I can, which account, Supreme Minister John Muhammad. My channel. This is my other YouTube channel. All the videos I created myself. There it is. Okay. No. Okay, here we go. And then that's
All
the
right.
paste. Well, I didn't want to hog your show, Queen. I'm happy
No,
you allowed me to say a few words. But
no, this was your time. This was your moment, and you took advantage of, you know, the space. This is a safe space, and we acknowledge and we appreciate each other around here. It's uplifting one another and telling someone else about your channel. You know,
Yes, ma'am.
Sharing is caring.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now I believe Salam had it. Okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know.
I was trying to click on I was trying to click on something, and I was trying to click onto the chat, and it clicked me off. I'm sorry. Anyway, I also have other pursuits. I'm an audio recording engineer. I do a lot of jazz recording. I burn CDs. I do analog to digital conversion. On my Salam Allah alternate channel, you can see my latest video, the John Muir Alumni Drummers Association. Here they are. Here's my baseball cap. I can't put it on. There it is. That's the cap I designed. John Muir Alumni Drummers Association.
All right.
The
So now,
baddest marching drum section you will ever see. It's on my alternate channel. I would love for somebody to go and see it.
yeah. Well, listen, now, Salam, let's get back on to the California
Oh yeah, police brutality. Well,
environment. Um, is there a lot of crime out there? Is there a lot of robberies? Is there a lot of, unalivements? And in what
yes,
communities and how are you affected by those things?
not so much in Pasadena. It seems as though people are a little more cooler heads here. It might be more so towards the city, which is 20 miles away from me. This is like a smaller city.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying we don't have our incidents here. And I'm careful about my night, going out at night. Being that I'm 70 years old, I don't have the dukes that I had when I was 20, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right. So have you ever lived in LA, or
Yes.
do you go and visit?
Here's the thing about going to Los Angeles.
What was the
I
culture? What was the culture there for you?
It's like if I drive my car to Los Angeles, I'm always either getting a ticket or I'm being towed.
What's the culture there?
It's pretty tough now. Our black people are homeless at a rate higher than I've ever seen before. It's black people that are homeless. But we're the overwhelming majority of the homeless right here, and even in Los Angeles County, and it's spilled over into Santa Ana, Orange, Riverside, other counties that surround the San Diego County. It's you see homeless, and it's always black. Very seldom you'll see some whites, but it's majority black. Yes.
Wow. And they sleep out on the streets.
They die. They die from the weather elements, each other, and eventually the homelessness wears you out. And if you're not strong enough, you eventually just die. Whether you were a veteran or not, whether you worked hard all your life or not, it doesn't matter. If you're black, you're more likely to be homeless here. And they're not talking about that nationwide. But this is the homeless capital now. Now, it's said that people are coming here because of the weather. I don't believe that. No.
Wow. How does that make you feel?
Terrible.
See those people
Terrible.
on the
I
side
saw
of the roads,
I, I
and
saw I saw a sister I tried to help. I don't blame her for not trusting me. I couldn't win her. That's right, San Bernardino County. Somebody just posted, and it's
yeah,
bad out there too. It's bad in Riverside County, which surrounds Los Angeles. In
wow.
San Francisco, there are vacant homes available, and the homeless population is skyrocketing.
So let me ask you this, because we have all these superstars out there in California. Do we know if they have any organizations, or if they even try to invest into like homeless shelters, or even you know
I don't think so. I don't think so. I hope this is not true, but I heard that Maxine Waters discounted a sister and or might have made fun of her because she was homeless. I hope that's not true. I used to really love my sister, Maxine Waters, but if she did that, I don't know if I like her anymore. You heard of Maxine Waters,
wow.
haven't you? She may have. And I'm trying to follow this up to make sure that I know whether or not she actually did this or not. But she does
What
live in
about
she does live in a mansion, a very expensive, nice mansion. I'm not mad at her, but I am disappointed if she did this. Very unfortunate. There's a racism thing where the Latinos, three of them, on the Los Angeles County City Hall, the big building you see, the Los Angeles County building, the big one downtown where the City Hall is, three Latinos, and one of them was talking about a black child that was adopted, and he was adopted by a white man, and they called that child a monkey. And now there are big protests by Black Lives Matter, and they're camping out in front of the council people's homes that are one quit, but two are holding out.
But Salam, we got to keep our focus on
I'm
Blake.
just saying, there's very little care because
Yeah,
these were the people that were
Blake
supposed to
Anderson.
about the
So
homeless
no, I'm
and
just saying,
police
like,
brutality.
let's keep him in mind, because he could have been one of those statistics. What if he was homeless? You know,
What?
and
No,
had
these
just
were
got on his
right,
feet
right.
and getting a job, but depending on government services. What if he was homeless? Let's just say he
Oh,
was, and he just got his job, and he gets on his feet. He's still stereotyped.
it's even worse. I forgot to mention they're doing what's called homeless sweeps, where if you go away and leave your things, and like you say, you have a tent with photos of your wife, your medications, your identification, you could come back to that same location and everything's gone. They swept it away.
Yeah. I could only imagine, because when I see some homeless people, they have their baskets and they have it loaded up. And it really bothers my heart, because it's like, why, I don't know. I just want them to get the services that they deserve. But my biggest pet peeve is really these officers just being aggressive. I mean, just being aggressive, their tones, their attitudes. It's like you're already presumed guilty and you haven't even had your day in court. You
Well,
know?
when accosted by police, what I end up doing is I quickly surrender my driver's license, hand it to them, give them something to chew on, and then I shut my mouth and don't move. Because you move around, something about moving around triggers their aggression. It's like a cat going after a bird, or its
Yeah,
prey.
but what are your thoughts on you just minding your business and the police comes out of nowhere harassing you and roughing you up? I mean, just out of the blue. How do you think that you will probably take that mentally, and how do you think that it will affect you mentally?
Or they probably would try to kill me. I have abilities in some fashions. I have not so abilities at age 70. I couldn't handle it. They probably would kill me. And even though I would give them their driver's license to try to shut them up, uh, I've been stopped, and then they harassed me about my name.
He wasn't in the car. He
Oh,
wasn't in the
okay.
car. He was on the sidewalk. He was
I've
just
seen a video. I've seen a video of a paralyzed black man that was dragged out of his car, and he was telling them, "I need assistance if you insist that I exit the vehicle." They dragged him out of his car anyway, and dragged him to the police uh, van and slammed him into the police van. I mean, this is the treatment we receive at the hands of law enforcement, my sister. This can happen to you, me, and anyone that's watching.
absolutely. And on that note, that concludes our show, guys. We want you to definitely be protected. We definitely want you to feel safe in your communities. If you don't feel safe, definitely file a complaint and get something done about it, because this is too much. This is happening repetitive. It's happening time and time and time again. Somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this type of behavior. It's like it's a trend. This is not someone's life is not a trend. It seems like, a trend that they would be doing on these social medias. But until next time, I'm your host, Queen Tulsa, and this is Salam. Salam, you can definitely follow him on Salam Allah Alternative Channel. Salam, go ahead and let the people know where they can follow you. Um,
Yeah, Supreme Minister John Muhammad channel, Salam Allah alternate channel, and my Facebook under my name, Salam Allah. All contact information is there. And you can call me and ask any question you want. I'll talk to you as long as it is an intelligent question and you want to find out more information. And Queen Tulsa, thank you for this. I wasn't even prepared for it. I'm sorry about my appearance, and much peace and love to you there in that terrible state of Oklahoma. I'm calling you from the awful state of California. So thank you so much. Thank you.
you are so welcome. All right, guys. So that concludes our show. We'll see you later on tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time.